All right. Good morning, everyone. I hope you are all doing well. I am awake and I am here, and we are going to do the morning writing sessions like I try to do every Saturday. And this is the last one for the month. So probably what I need to do tomorrow is I need to sit down and decide if I want like how I need to plan out the rest of them. That's what I'm trying to say. So I gotta do that. Make sure. Excuse you. Get up. Somebody got into something that they weren't supposed to and decided to eat it in my office. Yeah, sorry, looking at him. What a sneaky boy he is. So, anyway, if you are new to this, if you're watching, basically what happens here is we write for 20-minute increments. We do that for about 2 hours, and then we go off and have a good day for the rest of the day. So I'm just going to give it a couple more minutes to see if anybody else staggers in. I'll probably start at the 5-minute mark of the hour and go from there. So let's see. Got the timer. I've got my novel stuff up. So. But since it's just me right now, I think I'll wait a moment. Oh, hello there. Let's see. Good morning from Tennessee. I'm working on making some tea and finishing this chapter. Oh, fantastic. Oh, Debbie's here. Hello, Debbie. Debbie's working on thumbnailing the next chapter for the comic. Oh, very nice. Very nice. Well, you are just in time because in about 2 minutes, I'm going to start the first 20-minute sprints. I was just talking to some friends in Discord for a moment. So I got the 20-minute timer up, and let's see. Let me find this banner here. Got 2 here. Put that right there. Excuse me, you guys are watching me get my stuff ready for today. Actually, you know what? Let's just go ahead and get started because I'm kind of itching to start writing myself. So I'm going to first put up this timer thingy. I'm going to unclick this. And then what I like to do in these streams, if you are new here, is I usually like to have a question for us to mull over while we're working. And you can answer it or not answer it. It's not required to be here. But I will go ahead and put up our question, which are what types of characters do you find difficult to write? I hate thumbnailing. Sorry to hear that, my friend. All right, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to start this very first sprint session. So again, it's going to be for 20 minutes. When that timer hits 0, we'll stop, reconvene, and see how each other are doing, do encouragements, share progress, all that good stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and start this bad boy in 3, 2, 1. I'll see you guys in 20. All right, that was time. Reset, mofo. Thank you. Okay, so that was time. Thank you for coming. I don't even know what I'm saying. What did you do? How did you do? And all that goodness. And let's see. Oh, we had a couple more people join. That's fantastic. Thank you for coming and spending your morning with me. I appreciate it. So the question I asked for those of you who want to share the answer after you get done sharing your progress is, what kind of characters do you find difficult to write? I think characters that I find difficult to write are, I asked the question. I didn't actually already have my own answer. I guess I find super emotional characters to be really difficult to write because I'm never really sure like how emotional is appropriate versus like, when does it become like, unrealistically dramatic versus, what's actually happening in the moment. So that tends to be what I struggle with. And normally when I have to reach out to beta readers and like, just on this part right here, like this is what I'm aiming for, but I don't know if I hit the mark, and they'll go in and say yay or nay and kind of help me out with that. So Hayden said, characters that are evil but act good in public are difficult to write because their personality changes depending on who they're with. It can be hard to convey their reactions a lot. It can be. Yeah, that whole double-sided coin thing. Is this muted? It was muted. I mute it when I start the stream because I sigh a lot. I live with somebody that walks up and down the hallway. My dog's out. They bark, everything else. So when I'm sprinting, I just mute everything. So that is what we're doing. Adaga's here. Hello, Adaga. Thank you for joining us this morning. The innocent villain, the one who does wrong ignorantly. It's the toughest for me to write. And, good morning. Let's see. I think I know what you're talking about. I actually just finished reading a book series. It's called the Wolf Hotel series, and it's a little on the romantic erotica side. But in the second, no, see, there's my dog I'm talking about. Actually, it's the third book. In the third book, what you're talking about, the innocent villain, she's in there, but I don't know. Like, she's got, like, in her brain, she's got good intentions, but she's just so bad about it. I kind of love to hate her. Laura's here. Hello, Laura. Good morning. Breakfast is in the toaster. I was supposed to eat breakfast, and I just came straight in here. That was a thing on my part. Hello, Kate. Good morning. I have been awake for hours and just realized I drank half a pot of coffee. There's nothing wrong with that. That's like a mood. I had 1 cup of coffee this morning. I was going to drink the rest afterwards. Lisa's here. Good morning, Lisa. I sent you messages on Discord per our usual way of engaging with each other. So let's see. A few dozen words for me. My mind started to wander. Avish is here. Hello, Avish. Thank you for coming and joining us this morning. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Sako, I hope you are doing well today. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us. Dramatic versus melodramatic's hard line to walk for me sometimes. Happy endings can be hard. Yeah, it's always good times. Kelly is here. Hello, Kelly. So if you haven't answered the question already, but you want to, again, the question is, what types of characters do you find difficult to write? I think in the beginning, I'm trying to think about who I found a hard time to write in the beginning. I think writing from the POV of a male character in the beginning was a little difficult for me to write because I was like, I'm not a dude, like, so I don't know if I'm just like a woman pretending to be a dude or something else. But I did, with the wonderful help of my my male friends, they would, kind of like, be like, oh yeah, I kind of, but not, and stuff like that. So I'm a little bit more confident after doing it. How many books have you written, Carol? I have written all these books on the wall over here. That's how many. So that's 6 right now. And then I have another too many in the works right now. I'm actually almost done with one series that's part of Dressed Up right here. So that's almost done. And then once I finish, there's 2 more stories for that I need to get tidied up, and then I'm gonna send it to some beta readers and see what they want more of, and then it goes to the editor, and then I'm gonna see if I can get that all released this coming winter. But yeah, I hope that answers your question about my credibility and if I actually know what I'm talking about. So let's see, Lisa, not the first time you've told me answer your messages via live stream. This is just how we communicate. This is what I've learned. So I'm trying to think of somebody. I think one person was like, I sent you a message on Instagram once, like a while ago. And if you want to talk about a place I really don't check, it's Instagram right now. I feel bad because Zara, who is an absolute delight, will message me on there, and I'm so bad about responding. Like, I think there was something on there from like 2 days ago. Like, I saw the notice and I was like, oh, I'll check that. And then I just wandered off into some Carol Land doing Carol Land stuff. So I'm just checking a couple of things. What is this? Let's see. May May is here. Hello, May May. What's up? Not much. I have finished one sprint, and in about 30 seconds, we're going to do another sprint. So I'm still lazy, but getting there. But hey, you know what? Whatever you got to do, one step at a time. Characters that are smarter than me are hard to write, or investigative characters. If I figure something out, I want the characters to right away know, because I'm so excited. Do you hear him? He's out there barking at freaking squirrels. Oh my goodness, what a bad boy. Seriously. All right. Oh, hey, it's that 60-second mark. So let's go ahead and get another stream started. So, but I will say hello to JC before we start this next sprint. All right. Hello, JC. Thank you for coming and joining us today. So we're going to write again for 20 minutes, or if you don't want to write, or you want to wake up or eat your stuff from the toaster or stare off into space, whatever. These 20 minutes are yours to do with, and I hope that you use them to the fullest intent. And I'm going to spend it writing because I need to finish this freaking manuscript at some point this year. So I'm going to start this timer in 3, 2, 1. We are starting. I'll talk to you guys in 20. Okay, friends, that was time. Feel free to share what you did, how you did, and all that goodness. So I totally forgot to read the other question before I went live, but the second question is people say that writing is subjective and what it makes it subjective to you. So I was just kind of curious what everybody thought on that. So let me see. How much did I write that time? I had to get up and walk away for a minute. I wrote. I have no idea. I have a new program, so I'm not super sure. Oh, there it is. So I wrote 798 words that time, so that's good. So, Mr. Brown is here. Hello, Mr. Brown. No, he disappeared from my mouse button. Hello. He's doing manly things, like building stuff. See, Hayden says a few dozen words, slow morning for me. Hey, you know what? But those are a few dozen more words than you had when you started, so that's really all that matters. So I wouldn't be too hard on it. It's too early for me to think. It is also a Saturday morning. I'm the only weirdo that likes to wake up early and write on Saturday morning when I could do other things like sleep or read a book or not write. Anything not writing related, right? So the answer, Soccer says, for a second question is I write what I want to read. Okay, that works. I suppose what I mean, just so that way I can clarify, because maybe it wasn't. It's subjective, as in like it's subjective, as in if you like it or you don't like it. Which I guess your answer still applies to that, Sako. I'm really reiterating for anybody else who isn't really sure what I'm asking here. Look, let's see. So I organized some stuff in my room. Well done. Very nice. I organized some stuff last night before I went to bed because my dishwasher still doesn't work, yo. Still doesn't work. Still washing it all by hand like I did when I was 18 in England, because when I was 18 in England, they didn't really have dishwashers out in those little tiny cottages and villages. And, well, I mean, they did. They were called children, so we had to wash the dishes. So I was the dishwasher. Let's see. Hayden says a lot of people don't realize that my writings are based largely around philosophy, ethics, and morality. It's something that I think is important to include in anything I read. Yeah, I think working those layers in, it can be a lot of fun. Like I know this book right here, Queen of Swords and Silence, has a little bit of that in there, pathos, ethos, and all that other stuff, along with like different representations of the ego, super ego, and the ID and things like that. It's like the whole like idea that writing's like an iceberg, right? Like, sorry, everybody can only see like a little tiny bit on the top, but not everything that you do on the bottom, right? So it's all about kind of subtly planting that all in there and hopes that it will make people kind of like have like light bulb moments, but sometimes it doesn't, you know. Yep. And then you've got like just shameless writing, like fine print over here, where I basically just decided to write the most silliest concept I think I've ever written. But it was fun and I had a good time with it. So I think for me, fine print was probably my one guilty project that I just wanted to do. And I didn't care if it was marketable or anything. I just wanted to have fun with it. So. So let's see. So we've done 2 sprints. We can do 2 more. Yep, we're definitely on track for doing 2 more, and that is exactly what we're going to do. So if you haven't saved your writing already, please do that. Save your writing, save your work. Take a moment to like recollect your thoughts before we do another sprint. I need to decide what I'm going to write next. I need to figure out what he's going to do. I do really like this story. I don't know why I'm always struggling to write it, though. It's just one of those things. I think it's just like a mental block that I give myself. Hey, Mama Ward's here. Hello, Mama Ward. Thank you for joining us this morning. Hope you and the goats are doing well today. All right. Well, you know what? It is on the 5-minute mark. Let's go ahead and we will do another sprint. So we're going to write again for another 20 minutes, and then we'll reconvene at the end of it, share our progress, how we've done. And in some cases, you may just be waking up right now, and that's totally fine. Sip your coffee, collect your thoughts, look at your planner, do all that stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and start this timer in 3, 2, 1. I will see you guys in 20. All right, that was time. Feel free to share what you did, how you did, and all that goodness. So let me take a look here. I got another 750 words right now. So sorry, I was just getting caught up on some of my messages. It was a rough year. I think every year for the last 3 years has been a rough year for everybody. It's just getting rougher and rougher. Barrett's here. Hello, Barrett. Thank you for coming and popping in today. Hope today is treating you well. Jeannie is here. Good morning, Jeannie. Thank you for waking up early to come and spend a bit of time with us today. I do appreciate it. Let's see, did I even put the next question up? Probably. Nope, I didn't. Totally didn't. Just went and did a sprint and just got right into it. Go me. Let's see. Jeannie says that she's editing on paper now and it's working really well. I have back and forth success on that. Like if it's like a big project like Queen of Swords and Silence, I can't do it on paper because it's just like it's like massively thick, you know. But if it's something kind of more like the story I did for Only One Bed, then it's a bit more manageable. But I don't know. I think for me, like editing on paper, like I like to see it in paper because I feel like I accomplished something. But I don't know. I guess I get really weird when it comes to editing from it. Anyway, that's a weird Caro thing. Hashtag not YouTube 2022. Yeah, it's like not to be like weird about it, but I swear for like the last 2 weeks, it's like everybody I know is just going through it right now. There's something about February. I mean, first off, for those of you who don't know, historically, February has been like the worst month of the year for me for like 15 years now. So I usually hide in my house. I don't go outside. I don't engage. I don't do anything in February. And February's been okay so far for me, but it feels like everybody else is having the worst February of their life right now, so I don't know how to do anything with that. Other than thoughts and prayers, because that's all I can do. And send chocolate. Let's see. Oh, excuse me. Oh my goodness. Oh, please excuse me. I'm so sorry. I do both paper and e-editing and audio editing. I need to do more of the audio editing. That's what I need to do. But we'll see when we get there. I actually, totally like a procrastination productivity thing that I do occasionally is I'll go get like some kind of like bullet journal thing and I'll busy myself with like trying to like not fill it out, but like trying to collect my thoughts in it, right? And I still do everything in Notion, the online program, right? But what I wanted to do was for, the hashtag hold my latte stuff, right? I actually wanted to put that in like a more concise paper format because like you can't see it, but like all the papers I have for it are actually right here in front of me. They're scattered everywhere. And so I wanted to just kind of shove it into a more organized system. So I was doing the Ryder Carroll system of organizing that. And I really should have started it yesterday, but for some reason I was like, I'll just start it in March because, every time I start something at a later date means I'll go through with it, right? No, it doesn't. But, I'm fully aware that I keep constantly developing these bad habits, but it's something for me to do that actually takes me away from the screen a little bit. So we'll see how that goes. And it could be just another wasted journal. I have a whole bunch of them right here that just sit here with like partially filled pages, and I just feel good because they're there. So I'm a material girl in a material world. So there you go. Let's see. Let's see. Mama Ward says, I have a cheap trick for paper editing. I preload the story to Amazon and then bet a print bound copy for $4 to $7. Oh, that's pretty smart. I like that. I usually just send it to Office Max. That's what I do. But that might work better. I'll have to do that later. It's cheaper than printing on my own. Cartridges are expensive, and Copy Warehouse is the cheapest at $18. Yeah, I think when I actually, so this book, Queen of Swords, when I printed it out at Office Max, so that was, so at the time when I printed it out, it was 120,000 words, and it cost me $30 to print all of it. And that was with me being really like aggressive with it. But again, it's one of those things where like I'd spent all that, like I think I still have the bound copy somewhere. It's like the very first draft I ever wrote for it. And I have that and I refuse to let it go for some strange reason. Right? But it's out in the rec room. The rec room is actually where all of my books and bookshelves are right now because I wanted to initially put all my books in here, but the problem is that the walls just aren't big enough. Like the bookshelves would always just like collide with the windows in here, like either over here or over there. And I have a closet there and a door to the bathroom over here. So it's like in the one room that I really needed to have my books in, it just doesn't work. And I wasn't about to just have everything out in the rec room, which now that well no, because then there's no way we could have had the pool table in here. So anyway, I'm just babbling at this point. But Jeannie thinks that is a great idea, and I have to agree. I might have to do that too, as long as it is writing material. Yes. I'm doing it all with my Vella books. Oh, nice. Yeah, you're so like on top of that. Like, I really want to be you when I grow up. I mean, I'm getting some stuff written, but you're like really like I'm in your desk pretty much. That's where I am in my mama ward. But I'm hoping that I've been thinking I want to have this story that I'm working on done pretty soon because I finished the story for Aphrodite's anthology, and I'm not sure what's going on with that right now, but that's done. I finished 3 more stories for the Bound and Gags series. I am working on this one, which was supposed to be a short story, but it's turned into like its own like little freaking novel, and I just don't care at this point. I'm just gonna go through with it. So I finished this. So I'm gonna hopefully finish this, and then the one after it I'm done, and the one after that one is done, and then I'm working on the finale one. So see what happens there. And then Blood in the Rain, I'm going to have. So, Blood in the Rain is technically inspired by. It was like a weird concept that he and I discussed, and I ended up writing like a whole bunch of words for it. And I actually want to have that draft done for his birthday, which is in June. So, that's kind of like my soft deadline right now. So, we'll see how that goes. But if I can get all that done by May, then I can start working on this project that I have for a writer over at Dark Horse. Because he came to me last week and asked if I wanted to work on a comic script with him, and naturally I said yes. Because like how often does somebody from Dark Horse like be like, "Hey, do you want to work on with this with me?" And I'm like, "Yeah, of course I do." So I proposed a story pitch to him, and he was pretty on board with it. But I think there's some fine tuning that we'll need to do to make sure that it's because everybody has like their own branding, right? So I want to make sure that it fits his branding and my branding at the same time. So stuff for us to figure out and do. Welcome to the life of a freelance writer, I guess. And I don't know what that no you don't comments for us because I already have missed the context for that. CB is here. Hello, CB. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us this morning. Let's see. So the last question I'm going to do, because I would like to go ahead and move on to the last writing sprint, because that will leave us with 10 minutes left in the stream, is going to be which book do you love that most dislike, and why do you like it? Because we all have that one book. It's like, I love this book, and everybody's like, I hate it, right? So, because it kind of fits into the previous comment about subjective writing. So I just kind of wanted to tie that back in there because I am very nosy and I might take your book rec and read it. So, but on that note, let's go ahead and we'll start on this last sprint. Is the very last one, my friends. And then after that, we're going to move forward with our day and make it the very best day that we can. So I'm going to go ahead and start this timer in 3, 2, 1, and I'll see you guys in 20. Okay, so that was time. Feel free to share what you did, how you did, and all that goodness. And that was our last, oh my goodness, got hiccups from low sugar. That was our last sprint for the day. So I'll take a moment to kind of take a look at what everybody has shared with us, which is Mama Ward answering my question. Look Homeward Angel, a story of the buried life of Thomas Wolfe. It is a stream of conscious to read, and it came from a time in my life when I was sort of lost. Well, I'll have to take a look at that later. Hello, Kissy. Sorry, now everything in the house is moving, so that means yes. Yes, hello, Missy. Can I help you? Hello. Hello, problem doggy. Yeah. All right. Sorry about that. But for those of you who were curious in answering the question was, which book do you love that most dislike and why do you like it? I'm trying to think. I think Artemis actually is by Andy Weir. That's a book that I actually really thoroughly enjoyed, but all my friends hated it. I guess it's just different interest. I was really into like the science and the fact that we're on the moon, and my friends were like, no, it's a terrible plot, and I hated it. And it made me very sad inside because I really like science and science fiction. But there you go. So let me let's see. Yeah, she'll be back. Don't worry. Somebody went for a walk, so she's going to come in here in a minute. CB got 587 words. Well done. Fantastic. I think for my entire stream today, I got 75 words. So that's going to be my come here. You come here, you silly girl. I know. They went for a walk without you. It's so terrible. It's rough to be her. Let's see. All the pets and pats. Yeah, I'm going to have to probably go here in a minute because she's going to start scratching at things here. So, let's see. Debbie says, today I thumbed 2 pages and I think I'm done for the day. I feel brain fried and kids are interrupting me quite a bit. That's fair. I think this is probably the most mental exercise I'm going to be doing today myself. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I call it a quit and there's a nap in my future at some point. That's amazing. Yeah, it is amazing. Everybody working so hard. I love it. So, let's see. CB says Phantom of the Opera. I love it, but my music teacher hated it. You know, everybody's a critic, right? Just like subjective writing. There's things that people really like and other people tear apart. Can't really do anything about it, I suppose. And I hated the show. I did not watch the show. I actually saw the play. Let's see. Thank you. I got a good start on the new chapter. I am so happy to hear that, Mama Ward. Good to be part of that process for you. All right, I'm starting to get restless because I've been in this chair for too long. So I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. If you guys are curious in supporting me, I have these books over here that you can buy, except for Queen of Swords and Silence. Do me a favor and don't buy that right now. My publisher and I are fighting, and I really don't want to give them any more money. And I've also got like a Ko-fi, and I've got a Patreon if you guys are interested in either doing one-time support or reoccurring support. The Patreon gets a little bit more of my... Can I finish? Oh my goodness. The Patreon gets more of my attention, so if you're looking for goodies like that, that's where I would tell you all to go, my friend. And what else? Yeah, I'm pretty much just streaming on Saturday mornings right now, and then I try to join Lisa and Tamara on their streams on Wednesday and Thursday, so if you're interested in working on those days, that's where you can find me on those channels. And I'm going to go before she starts winding up a storm. So again, thank you guys for coming and spending this morning with me. Happy productivity. I hope you all have a good weekend and make sure to get that good rest and hydrate or dihydrate. So